Um, I think we're live. Are we live, everybody? Uh, Chat, please work. It says we're live. What is up, people of the internet? That is me, a real American, back in with a new stream, and that is right. We are live on this beautiful February 19th, 2026. I hope everyone's having a great day. I'm having a great day myself, and it looks like it's just me today. So, yeah, nobody else is joining, I don't think. I could be wrong, but right now it looks like it's just me. So, yeah. So, we have a lot to talk about today. We're going to talk about the redistricting news out of Virginia. Going to talk about redistricting out of New York. Yeah, a lot's going on. A lot is happening right now. Let me pull up the stuff first. Forgot to pull it up. Yeah. So, before we get into today's stream, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. These are all great ways to support the daily content. And if you do have any questions or concerns or want to support the channel even further, the best way is sending super chats via the chat. Again, I'll read through as much chat as possible, but usually super chats are the best way to get your questions answered. And we do got a super chat. President Gilbert Giddy up for two. Late Russian politics. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, I'm totally late Russian. Yeah, sure. I was late by a minute or two. So sorry about that. All right. Uh so we gotta talk about a lot of big stuff's happening. Let's see. K Cup for two. Late Eggman land politics. Fuck the level, by the way. I have no clue what that reference is, but thank you for the super chat. All right. So we have a very impactful, a lot of stuff's going on in the world. So we got to talk about it. So the first big story, I guess, is about redistricting because let's be honest, we were expecting a lot more for redistricting. And honestly, if it wasn't for Indiana doing the shit they did, I don't think it would be as big of a disaster as it is right now. If Indiana at least drawn out one Democrat, people wouldn't be bitching as much, or people wouldn't be panicking as much. But nope, they just had to do what they did, and they say no, we can't do anything because of principles. You can't make this up. These dumb shits in an R plus what 20 state, R plus 15 or whatever. These morons thought, yeah, let's actually ignore Indiana redistricting. We're going to stop it from happening. And it's stupid. The point is, though, Republicans botched Indiana. We did get Missouri. We did get North Carolina, Texas. But now we don't got Indiana. And now Virginia is trying to force through a new map. But there is some good news on the Virginia front. Some excellent news, in fact. We have been very critical, and we've been waiting for the administration or the RNC to really step in. Well, they did. The RNC is now officially challenging the Virginia Democrats' 2026 redistricting shit show in court, arguing it violates state code and pushes an unconstitutional ballot initiative with deceptive language, and it does. If you've seen the language of the referendum, it's one of those bullshit things of, oh, do you support this pro-democracy, very impartial, very fair map? It's shit like that. You know what? Let me pull this up. Let me pull up the ballot language out of Virginia, because you're not going to believe this. If somebody has it. K-Cub for, hold on. Ronald Garcia for two. Gonzalez is done. Local media reporting now. Yeah, we'll get to Tony Gonzalez in a second. K-Cub for two. Mike Pence levels Republican principles. Yeah, it's Mike Pence levels. Object Clay's character for five. You go to the top of chat, you see my take on Virginia. It's like 4 to 5 comments about what's going on in my view. Look at it if you want. Yeah, I'll pull it up. Sure. Let's see if I can access it. If YouTube would allow me. Yeah. Where is it? No, YouTube's not allowing me to look at it. That's weird. Thanks for the super chat. But yeah, like I gotta find that. Like, there's some absolutely wild wording of the referendum. I gotta find it. It is crazy. I can't find it, surprisingly. Virginia referendum wording tweets. Please, Grok, please give me the stuff. Yeah, I'm trying to find it because like the language is batshit crazy. It's one of those you could just tell a Democrat actually wrote it. Okay, I gotta find it. Mike Pence, the Patriot. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm trying to find the wording because like it is utter insanity what they're trying to say. Actually, we might be able to actually just yeah, actually we could just use the Virginia Department of Elections. Yeah, found it. Here we go. So this is the official virginia.gov website. We're not talking about some random bullshit. No, this is the language of this ballot, okay? Look at this shit. This is the wording of it. Should the Constitution of Virginia be amended to allow the General Assembly to temporarily adopt new congressional districts to restore fairness in the upcoming elections, while ensuring Virginia's standard redistricting process resumes for all future redistricting after the 2030 census? Yeah, this is real. And hold on, we have somebody that just joined. Let me pull this up. Yep, we got somebody here. Tyrone, hello. Say something. We're live.
I
Yeah.
I
So,
I just yeah, sorry. I would have joined a few minutes ago.
no,
I
it's
just
fine.
from doing my army fucking for those who are in the army, it's AFT time. I fucking hate diagnostic tests, but yeah, no,
Yeah, so we're
I'm
talking
back.
about the Virginia redistricting because the RNC just they sued Virginia over the ballot question because the question is I read in stream, but it's basically saying like, oh, do you want to support a map that's fair? Do you want to restore fairness? Vote yes. That type of shit. And they have not given an explanation for voters yet, which is freaking hilarious. But
Let's see. I'm just checking in for a minute. What's going on, Rep?
we're talking about the Virginia shit show, the ballot
Did you call
referendum.
him Rep?
Oh gosh,
I called
guys.
him Rap, dude.
I heard Rep. Anyway.
But yeah, we're talking about the Virginia referendum, how the ballot is like bullshit, the wording of it. It's literally just like, oh, do you want to restore fairness? Restore fairness to the upcoming elections.
That's how they word these referendums. It's actually a miracle we won that thing in Ohio. Because of
That's
the way
true.
it was worded.
But like, at least you can argue, well, that was like a commission or whatever. This is just, oh, this is a new map. But this is a fair map. Not a fair commission. This is a fair map. Which I think that's illegal, by the way, to word it this way. Which that's where the lawsuit's over. The RNC has just sued the state of Virginia over this, or the Commonwealth of Virginia. They have just sued them. So yeah, right here.
Oh, cool. The fucking exit gate's actually open. I don't gotta spend 10 fucking minutes driving through the camp to get out.
Yeah, an emergency motion has been filed for a injunction and temporary restraining order with a request for a hearing before March 2nd. And Congressmen Morgan Griffith and Ben Klein have joined the lawsuit as plaintiffs. Their goal is to block the April 21st referendum. The Democrats seem awfully confident about winning. So basically, the RNC's finally got off their ass and they're doing something. Why didn't they do anything beforehand? I don't know. But
probably because they had sufficient enough backlash in the state to actually finally do something.
Maybe. But still, just like Virginia Republicans, like the RNC should have been involved immediately. But no.
I think the Virginia GOP is just broken after November.
Yeah, I think so. K Cup for 2. Restore fairness like they didn't win landslide win. Well, yeah, when they say fairness, they just mean Democrat seats.
We're going to restore fairness by depriving 48% of the state's electorate of proper representation in Congress.
That's fair. Don't you know that? That is incredibly fair.
It's fair in a heckin' democracy, and if you don't support robbing nearly half the state of their political representation, then you're a fucking fascist pig.
Well, it's not even like it's not like Nevada where the geography for the GOP's shit. It's just a blatant gerrymander. They didn't even try.
Anyways, I got a turnout. Adios.
Adios.
I
Yes.
can't believe Luke is tuning out. This
Oh
is so
gosh.
sad.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
Rap, I have a question for you, and I'm sorry, it's very unrelated. What should I do for lunch?
I don't know.
Should I do Whataburger or Bucky's?
I don't care. Whataburger. Sure. I don't know.
We're gonna go Whataburger.
All right. So yeah, but this is
Man, I just spent 2 fucking hours doing a hardcore ass PT test. All right, I'm fucking hungry. I haven't ate since the lunch yesterday.
all right. So yeah, but basically Virginia, they're finally filing lawsuits. There are
It might
concerns.
be too little, too late. Honestly,
Well, they're trying to just block it from happening. And that's their Hail Mary, which again, I think based on the wording, that's gotta violate some law somewhere. Like you can't tell with a straight face, yeah, you
it's
can have
gotta
a
violate. It's gotta violate some law, but that's not gonna stop the fucking Virginia Democratic Party. And quite frankly, I just don't have confidence in the. Tell me why I should hold confidence in the state of Virginia Supreme Court when they allowed the referendum to go through. They
yeah,
could
that's
have
true.
said. They could have said, we're not going to allow it to go through while we determine the legality of it. But they said, we're going to determine the legality of it, but we're going to allow the referendum to go through anyway. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's just weird.
It's weird. It doesn't make any sense. And to me, it just says that the Virginia Republican Party is not taking this remotely seriously whatsoever. And I think Virginia's fucked. And now, because Virginia's fucked, as we talked about yesterday, Colorado's going to try their hand at redistricting before 28.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Indiana won't redraw a single fucking seat. That is pathetic. I'm getting so sick of these Republicans. Oh,
And
now
then you have
Florida.
that fucking 86-year, I was going to say, you have that fucking 80-year-old motherfucker in the House who said, oh, I don't support redistricting in Florida because it's not fair. Motherfucker! The redistricting wars were a Republican ploy by Trump. And you guys are fucking losing it because you guys want to die on the fucking dick ride called principled conservatism. Your principles have gotten us nowhere.
Yeah, let me pull up the Dan Webster thing.
Trumpism and MAGA are the only fucking things keeping the Republican Party alive. The Republican Party was going to go virtually extinct as a serious political institution in 2016 until Trump stepped up.
Yeah, right here.
Because elsewise, the fucking nominees were going to be Hillary Clinton and Jeb Bush.
Oh my gosh. I mean, Jeb gets a lot of shit, but I mean, like, he's not the worst thing in the world.
He was governor. He was a good governor of Florida, but
yeah, that's not really saying
much. He did not.
Again, he's better than like Clinton and like Romney and stuff, but that's not really saying much.
He wasn't gonna win though.
Yeah. But yeah, right here. President Gilbert getting up for 5. Tyrone is driving. Come on, someone on the road be dumb. On honking and road rage. You do it from the meme. Oh gosh. All right.
Y'all motherfuckers don't want me road raging right now.
Yeah.
I just spent 2 fucking hours doing push-ups, planks, a 2-mile run. What else? A sprint drag carry event.
Okay.
Some other fucking thing.
Yeah, right here.
2 hours. I'm fucking hangry, motherfuckers. Don't piss me off right
now.
Yeah,
right here. I did get the I found the quote right here. Florida Republican, quote unquote Republican Daniel Webster.
Deadlift, that's what the 5th of it was. Yeah, fucking Webster. Oh, it's not fair because
it's like 90. He's like 95. Oh, right here. It's 76. Close enough. Oh gosh, 76.
6, 7. I didn't even think of it until you fucking said it like that, bro.
Yeah. He also slammed DeSantis. A lot of people think the governor went a bit beyond his boundaries for setting dates and other things, which is purely the legislators. Oh my God. I'm getting so sick of these people. Oh, DeSantis, he's using his powers too much. Are you shitting me right now? Look at Colorado. Look at Virginia. Look at New York City right now, by the way. You want to talk about a shit show that's impending? Look there. And you're worried about, oh, DeSantis used too much power. How dare he?
Again. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The Republican Party treats power like a wine snob treats alcohol, while the Democratic Party treats power like an alcoholic treats alcohol.
Yeah. So you're telling me that you're worried.
I'll fucking say this again. You guys should absolutely be fucking terrified of what's happening in Virginia. because Abigail Spanberger has been groomed her entire fucking career to be Hillary Clinton 2.0, except worse because she's not just a political machinist. She's also got a strong fucking background in the intelligence community.
That is
I'm
not a good
sorry.
combination.
No, it's not a good combination. You know what the nightmare Democrat ticket in 28 for me is? It's Newsom and Spanberger. I want you to tell me with a straight face that isn't the only ticket that's simultaneously scary and serious. Any scary ticket isn't going to be taken seriously, especially ones with fucking AOC. And any serious ticket, I mean, obviously it's going to be scary because it's Democrats, but like they're going to be inept Democrats.
Yeah.
Having someone like Spanberger be fucking Newsom's running mate should terrify the shit out of you.
Yeah, because
seeing what California and Virginia are doing right now should terrify the fuck out.
I mean,
of
like
you.
you're gonna end up with a sleazebag president and literally a CIA person as vice president.
You are going to end up with a sleazebag DNC darling who doesn't give a fuck and is going to do whatever he wants because he's a fucking thug. And you're going to end up with a literal fucking glowing federal agent asset. You do not want to combine party apparatus. You do not want to combine party apparatus leadership with intelligence community. You want to know the last time we saw that? We saw Clinton and Kane. And Kane, at the very least, was naval intelligence. He wasn't proper civilian.
Yeah, he wasn't like the fucking the really bad ones.
He
Like
wasn't CIA.
Yeah.
He wasn't CIA. He was Navy intel. There's leagues, and I mean leagues, of problems and difficulties and terror between military intelligence and like federal glowing, fucking glowy.
Like this is what I'm trying to tell people. It's like, listen, you may not like Vance or Rubio on every single thing. There are some questions with Rubio that I got, and like with Vance, we got questions there. But like, in my opinion, this is not even for a discussion. You vote for Vance Rubio, like, or whoever the nominee is, unless it's freaking like, I don't know, like John McCain's like freaking dead body or something like that. Outside of that, you don't want Newsom or Spanberger as president.
I'm voting for McCain's rotten corpse before I let fucking Newsom or
That's fair.
Spanberger put themselves into power.
Our Marcus
I
Holiday
cannot emphasize
go on.
this enough. Newsom Spanberger is going to be Clinton Kane on fucking steroids. And the issue is that Vance lacks the people charisma that Trump has. We're going to be in an infinitely better spot because we're still going to hold the Senate, but we're at risk of losing the House in 28, especially if the Virginia and the Colorado and the California maps go through. And that stupid fucking Utah map doesn't get fucking shut down.
I can't believe. Now, to be fair, Utah Republicans are not pissing around there. I love that. The Mormons are not pissing around.
I absolutely love the fact that the Utah Republican Party is like, God bless the Republicans out of Utah. Honestly, like they're a bit of a socially liberal bunch, and they're awkward as fuck. But they do not let the Democratic Party hold a fucking sliver of power there.
That's the thing with Utah. Beautiful. They don't piss like again. They're socially liberal. You got Romney types, but they will rather like die before they let a Democrat take power. That's Utah GOP. So.
Instead, but like on the fucking flip side, you have the Indiana GOP where it's like, it's not fair, guys.
It's not fair. Mike Pence said so. Our Lord and Savior, Mike Pence. Oh my gosh.
Dude, honestly, at this point, I'd tell the North Carolina Republican Party to draw another fucking Mander and just like deepen the fucking margins on their seats. I know for a fact they could string out one more person and fortify their fucking seats.
Oh my gosh, I love the North Carolina GOP. They don't piss around either.
Yeah. We have an issue where we're currently at an issue with the House where the states who do want to redistrict, i.e. the southern states,
they
can't redistrict because of the fucking Voting Rights Act. And the Republican states who do have the ability to redistrict don't want to, because it's 10 fucking years since Trump has been the fucking head of the Republican Party, and we still have our own ilk saying Orange Man bad. Get the fuck out of here, you sons of bitches.
I'm getting so sick of these people. And the worst part is that they actually justify it. It's like, oh, the Democrats, if they take power, I have an idea. How about prevent them from taking power? You dumb shits. I can't believe they explained this in year 10 of this.
Imagine if the roles were reversed. Motherfucker, we don't have to imagine if the roles were reversed. The Virginia fucking Republican Party lost by 5 fucking points in 2024. Then they fielded a fucking quite slow Jamaican black immigrant female from the Marine Corps. Like, oh yeah, you're really trying to tick all the boxes of shit no one fucking cares about, huh? And now they're fucking governing like it's California and New York.
Yeah.
And we're only a month into Spanberger being governor.
It's going to get worse. It's going to get 100% worse.
She has 47 months left.
Yeah. And do people understand, like...
It's month fucking 1 still. And she's treating it as if she's a fucking dictator.
And people understand, like, the thing with Virginia is those crazy proposals, they haven't even been passed yet. They're still... They're going to ram through all that shit. You think it's already shit enough. People are already bitching about the electricity costs and everything skyrocketing. It's already becoming miserable. Can you imagine when they pass that law where they basically decriminalize everything? Good luck.
Yeah, I'm sure the people who voted for Spanberger, or like just I'm sure the people who sat out their election are now really happy that they are about to remove criminal penalties for raping children. I hope you're fucking happy with yourselves. I'm not gonna be a terrible person. I'm not gonna be fucking Andy Bashir and say, I hope your child gets raped. No one should fucking have to do that. But honestly, since you are complicit in that, you kind of fucking, I'm not gonna say you deserve it, but like, don't be fucking surprised if that happens and the fucking Somali immigrant or whatever the fuck they
Okay,
have
anyways.
gets away with it.
Okay. Super chats.
Come on, guys.
Joseph for 5. Trump should encourage House and Senate to pass a bill to crack down on the Democrat gerrymander methods and enforce new laws redistricting. They can't even pass the Save America Act. Now, we are hearing good news on that front, at least. There is pressure building for John Thune to get off his ass. I mean, apparently, they don't have to change any of the rules. They don't have to do anything. All they have to do is sit at the Senate floor and start a debate. That's all they got to do. And they get a simple majority. And apparently there's a loophole where the presiding officer, if they believe that one side's not debating in good faith, guess what? They can end debate immediately. That's all they got to do with these dumb shits like Mitch McConnell, let's be honest, he's the next Joe Biden. Mitch McConnell is Biden 2.0. He's being hauled away by like 3 other guys and like he doesn't know where he is. Why is he still in the Senate? Why? Kentucky passed the law.
Or whatever.
Oh my gosh. President Gilbert Giddy up for 10. I know you put out a video rap, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Republicans be like, we have all this money, but we can't spend it because small government and principles are based on this statement. Yeah.
Fuck your principles. If your fucking principles are going to disable me and hinder me from being able to raise a family and own a home and bear my fucking constitutional right to fucking arms, fuck your goddamn principles. I don't give a fuck. Get the fuck out of my country. I don't want you here. I want to be able to protect my wife and my kids and my property like the fucking Constitution says I have the goddamn right to. So if you want to fucking let the country run because of your principles, you're a fucking loser. Another fucking piece of shit who shouldn't hold office because you're a fucking coward and a morally piece of shit bastard.
Marcus for 5.
Fuck you.
Okay. Marcus for 5.
I'm so sorry. I'm worked up right now.
No, it's fine.
There you go. There's the fucking Tyrone Road Rage. Whoever wanted it, there you fucking go.
Okay. By the way, chat, before I forget, make sure to share the stream. Forgot to mention that. Like, share the stream, subscribe, share with your friends, share on Twitter, share on Discord, wherever. Share with your family members.
Share on Discord, Twitter, Instagram, whatever the fuck. I still seriously think you should consider streaming on Rumble too.
We'll see. Um, Marcus for 5.
Dude, they're
That's
making so much more money. Dude.
Marcus for 5. That's one of the most unelectable tickets I've ever heard. Here's my take. I don't think like Newsom Spanberger, I think, is electorally weak, but I think it's stronger than freaking Harrison. God knows who
It's
else.
weak. Here's the thing. It's weak, but it's stronger than literally anything else they
Yeah.
have right now. And it's also the ticket where if they do somehow get in the power, that's going to be the ticket that they use to just wreck fucking shop.
Yeah, because with Harrison, like AOC or whatever, they're so inept that they literally they would do a lot of bad shit, but they're so incompetent, it would just be Biden 2.0 in my opinion. That's my take. But under Harris, Newsom and Spanberger, oh my gosh, it would be what they did under Biden in the second term of Obama on fucking steroids.
Dog, they would go, dude, they would fucking do what FDR failed to do.
Yeah.
Fucking Newsom, Spanberger, they'd 100% pack the fucking court.
Yeah.
They've already fucking spoken on that fucking topic.
Yeah. And it's again, the intel connections are scary as shit for Spanberger. Can you imagine her being the vice president? Somebody that's that deep in the intel community? Yeah, what's the worst that could happen? I don't think people truly understand. It's like, listen, I don't like Republicans. I think the Republican Party, outside of a few people, suck to this day. But objectively, okay, let's just say Republicans, you blow it in 2028 on purpose. You don't vote Republican. Democrats are going to have permanent power. I hope people realize that.
Democrats are going to take control. They're going to day one immediately undo every executive order that Trump has done in his second admin. They're going to immediately dismantle ICE. Dude, dismantle ICE is going to become the moderate position by 28. You are going to have people openly chanting for prosecuting ICE agents by 28.
Or worse.
Dude, you can't make up the shit that they are going to do in 28. The shit we could think of that they do, they're going to fucking end up doing worse by the time actual campaign season comes around.
Yeah.
Mark my fucking words. By 2028, the moderate Democrat position is going to be actively persecute and arrest ICE agents for betraying our democracy.
Yeah, and I would argue even worse. I like that. That's what I'm trying to tell people. Would you really want that for a couple years? Seriously? My God,
you shouldn't want to run the fucking risk.
Yeah, again,
people who are going to oppose Vance Rubio or Vance whoever the fuck, they're just going to be the next fucking groypers by saying, "Oh, let's sit it out because he's not perfect, dude." Most Democrats don't give a fuck if their candidate is perfect. They are constantly infighting all the fucking time, and they still cooperate to take power because that's the only way that they can unify behind their common enemy: conservative, straight, white men.
Yeah. They don't, and Democrats, like you said, they don't give a shit. They don't fucking care. It doesn't matter what you say or do. They hate each other. Even in 2024, you had some Democrats cross the line. But honestly, those Democrats are like, that's it. That was the amount of Democrats that are like halfway sane that crossed the party lines. Outside of that, you got nobody else. So you don't sink the ship that you're on. You don't sink the ship that you're on that's protecting you from the Arctic like fucking water. You try to fix it. You try to repair it, make it better. But you don't try to blow it up, because you know what's going to happen if Republicans lose at 28? What the GOP is going to do?
Nothing.
No, they're going to think Trumpism, MAGA, America First, whatever you want to call it, is the reason they lost. So they're going to go back to Jeb Bush, Nikki Haley, Ted Cruz, that crowd. Yeah.
Take your time, man.
That's what we're going to end up with. So listen, Republicans aren't perfect, but do you really want Virginia happening nationwide? Virginia is a warning sign. It's a warm up. This is like them in the bullpen. They're prepared for the shit wreck everything. They're gonna wreck shit up immediately. But I can't believe they explained this. Oh, because what? Some purity test wasn't passed because Trump did not deport 80 million people. Yeah, I want more deportations, but at some point there's gonna be some halfway reasonable discussion about this stuff. K-Cup for 5. What's scary is the Democrat voters. Remember, all was sunshine and rainbows because no orange man for 4 years. Deranged voters want it all burned down. Yeah. These people, like, literally, like, they have lost it. You cannot give these people any kind of power because you end up with, like, Virginia. You end up like New York City. You end up like California, Illinois. Look at Illinois. They're about to lose the Chicago Bears to Indiana. And you're going to tell me, like, I know that's not the biggest political issue, but imagine saying that. Yeah, the state is so incompetent that they're about to give up the Chicago Bears to Indiana. Like, does nobody see, like, how, if you lose the Chicago Bears as a politician in Illinois, you can't do that, right? That is pathetic. Absolutely pathetic and insane. People want to even consider voting for these people. Because you're not going to accelerate anything. You're going to accelerate the demise of America.
Sorry, I was ordering my bill.
It's fine. But like I said, like, all you're going to do by voting Democrat is, yes, you'll accelerate stuff. You'll accelerate the demise of America. You will accelerate the insanity on the left. You're not going to accelerate right-wing voters. You know what's going to happen? Republicans are going to bail. They're going to say, fuck you. We're going to be Mitt Romney 2.0. We got to be Mitt Romney to win elections.
You're gonna see all the fucking morons like Ben Shapiro, all the subversives, let's call it for what it is,
Yeah.
subversive, go and say, oh, we fucking told you that this would happen. We need to go back to being centrists.
Yeah. And Democrats are going to go further to the left, and you're going to end up with, you think what's better than Biden with the border?
Wait, we got another super chat.
Yeah. Potato chip for 5. I love how passionate you are, Tyrone, but you sometimes sound like an 80s wrestler doing a promo. No hate.
That's right, brother. That's right, brother. We're gonna beat the radical woke left Democrats, brother.
Your mic's kind of bad right now, by the way. Just letting you know. Like, you sound like you're underwater a little bit.
Hold on. Wait.
We could kind of hear you, but it's like kind of quiet and stuff.
Okay, is this better?
Not really.
There
we go.
I'm in town right now.
There we go. There we go.
I said we're gonna beat the radical woke left Democrats, brother. HH, brother. Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
All of this shit went downhill when they murked Kirk, man.
Kirk, yeah. Like, Kirk was the only one that kept these people halfway sane. He was the only one that could be able to keep these people together. I mean, now, like, that is a serious issue. I don't know how Republicans deal with that.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, ma'am. That's me.
This is really what happens. Hold on. Not gonna lie, Rap, as a Packers fan, I find that funny as hell. Yeah, I find it hilarious that they're gonna move out of Chicago. But it's like, I'm a Packers fan, but it's like, I don't want to see Illinois lose. I don't want Chicago to lose the Bears. That's insane. But no,
my mother would have a fucking meltdown if she heard Chicago.
Well,
yes, ma'am.
Can you imagine?
Tyrone lore. My mother is from the Midwest, believe it or not. I give the Midwest shit because I love the Midwest. It's a great region. I've been to Illinois and Ohio, and they are and northern Missouri. They are fucking beautiful. I love the Midwest. My mom is from Chicago and rural Illinois. She would have a fucking stroke if the Bears moved out of Chicago, dude.
Yeah, they're gonna move. It'd be Eastern Chicago or whatever, but it's like, it's out of the state. Congratulations. That's who you want. Yeah, the Gary Bears. I hope to God it's the Gary Bears, please. All right.
Let's see. Hold up. Wait. Someone. Where's my order, Tyrone? I got the Monterey melt with a third patty and the extra cheese and vegetables. Add grilled jalapenos, large fries, large unsweet tea, light on the ice, a grilled cheese on the side, and spicy ketchup for my condiments.
Yeah.
I'm a big back motherfucker. I'm getting a groiperous meal.
Oh, gosh. So, in other news, everybody, I do got to bring this up from Luke because we are kind of talking about the redistricting and stuff. And this is a point from Luke, and he wanted me to bring this up on stream, and I will. So, there is almost certainly not a 2018 wave brewing. The polls all show the generic ballot around D+2 to D+5, with the exception of some major outliers. If your argument is that Republicans will almost certainly underperform the polls due to turnout, the turnout numbers of the Texas primary so far are not showing any signs of that. And that's where we're hearing. Apparently, it's very good turnout, but for Jasmine Crockett. That's the reports I'm hearing.
All right, so cool guy said unsweet tea. No, I'm doing unsweet tea because this is already a pretty calorie. I burned to like fucking 1,500 calories on that. I still got to account. Also, I genuinely like unsweet tea. And Colton Lang, 6'5". No, I'm Lord forbid me for saying this on stream. I am 6'7", actually. No,
Yeah.
he's seen me before.
Yeah. So right here, this is this right here is kind of a chart from, I think, Dallas. I could be wrong, but I believe it's it might be Dallas, it might be, I don't know where, but basically this is a chart of the turnout, early voting turnout in the Democrat primary in Texas. And apparently the areas with a lot of black voters are smashing records right now, which is very odd because usually black voters do not vote in midterms, let alone in primaries.
Fraud. It's got to be fraud.
Oh gosh.
I'm being so dead ass right now, dude.
Seriously?
I can't see it being anything else unless like they've got a new fucking machine.
I don't know. But yeah, so it looks like it's really high in Crockett. Well, this is by Dallas, so it does probably inflate because it is Crockett's area. But the point is there is record high turnout in the Democrat primary, but apparently it's not good for Telrico in some areas. It's actually pretty good for Crockett. That's what Crockett needs, by the way. She needs record-breaking black turnout. Places like Dallas, Houston. Where's Telrico from? Is it Austin?
He's from Austin.
Yeah. Austin's gonna be favorable to Telrico, stuff like that. But right now, Jasmine Crockett's in a decent position right now. And turnout in Texas has been pretty solid on both sides. So we gotta wait and see until we get to election day, because this is the first time in, gosh, when was the last time both Democrats and Republicans had a major competitive primary on both sides? Seriously, in the state of Texas.
I can't. Honestly, that's a good question.
2016?
Like 2020, 2016, yeah, maybe.
President, maybe. That's about what I can think, right? I can't think of anything else. I can't think of the last time that there was a competitive race on both sides. And up and down the ballot, not just for one race. It is like every race in Texas has significant primaries. So, I don't know. I have no clue what's going on in Texas, but like there is really high turnout right now. So, yeah. You could run a pet rock against Crockett and it would probably win 2 debates. That's real.
We're running Tyrone Jr.
Gosh.
Much obliged. Have a great day, man.
Never in my life did I think of root for Crockett, but I really hope she wins a primary. I hope so. I want her to win because she is such an electorally shit candidate. I don't think people understand how bad she is.
She's a fucking nutbag. She's fucking crazy.
No.
She's a loon.
No, the funny thing is a lot of progressives are against her because they're saying she's center left. I'm not even joking.
Oh, I'm keenly aware.
She's center left, supposedly. Yeah. Sure, she's totally center left. Give me a break. Rap, is that a worrying sign in 2026 that black people are starting to vote in these random elections? I think this is in Dallas, I think. So it is a little bit inflated because it is Crockett's home turf. And that's the other part. We are dealing with Jasmine Crockett. So we gotta see what happens in like Georgia. What's other? Oh, gosh, try to think. North Carolina, not really, because it's not really competitive.
It's going to be a competitive general.
Yeah, not a primary though.
Primary.
The Georgia one is competitive though for governor, senate. So, I don't know. Texas is a good one to look at. Okay. I want Crockett to win because it'd be hilarious. Oh, Crockett winning the primary would be our Super Bowl. Her winning because Ken Pax would win by like 10 or whatever, or whatever margin he would win by. It would be
Crockett is the only candidate that would allow Paxton to win by double digits.
Yeah.
Straight up. Like, not even a question.
Yeah, I mean, like, because Ken Pax, like I said, do you think John Cornyn...
Dude, like, fucking, if Paxton is the nominee, he's winning by 10 at a bare minimum.
Yeah. And because do you really think John Cornyn voters are going to vote for Jasmine Crockett? I keep trying to ask people this. Like, do you really think it's going to happen over Ken Paxton? Like, what's the appeal? Even Rico to a certain point. Like, it's going to be closer on Rico, but it's like, do you really think these voters are going to vote for freaking Rico or Crockett?
I understand the appeal with Tallarico for Democrats, though. And I can explain it if you're lost.
Yeah, go ahead.
Tallarico is like like looking at his voting record and whatnot, he is the poster child for like progressive Christian yuppie suburbanite. Like he is the Austin can. Like I can't think of someone who's a more perfect fit for Austin other than like fucking that one half Jewish, half Mexican lesbian who ran for governor. I forget her fucking name. Cecilia Israel or something. We've been over this. Anyway, fucking Tallarico, unique. Tallarico, he still appeals enough to whites, but he's also got very strong appeal and pull with suburbanites and white people, especially like white women. He won't do as well with the minorities, especially the blacks, but he's got a chance of making it like a single digit race versus someone like Paxton. Crockett, like she appeals to black women who are such a laughably small part of the fucking electorate.
Yeah. All right. K-Cup for 2. A pet rock could win statewide versus Crockett. Anybody could win statewide against her. I don't think people understand how shit of a candidate she is. Yeah, I mean, just and these dumbasses really think, oh, Ken Paxton's gonna lose because reasons, unspecified reasons. Okay, everybody, we got breaking news from Texas's 23rd district as Tony Gonzalez has finally issued some kind of statement.
Post in the server.
Yeah,
post
right
in the
here.
server.
I pull it up. You chilled out. You chill out. I got it. He said, "I will not be blackmailed. Disgusting to see people profit politically and financially off a tragic death. The people should immediately have full access to the Uvalde police report. I will keep fighting for Texas 23rd." That's his official statement. For those that don't know,
you're fucking cooked, dude. Just drop out.
Yeah. For those that don't know, Tony Gonzalez, he had an affair with an ex-staffer, and
then she covered herself in gasoline and killed herself by lighting herself on fire.
Yeah, and there was an interview with her husband, I think it was last night, and he basically he implied heavily that he did something to her, like mentally. So take that as you will. I'm not saying he lit her on fire or whatever, but yeah. People are not believing this shit anymore. American Nerd for 6. If Cornyn C was back in 2024 instead of this year, and Paxton primaried him out, would Paxton win easily because of his coattails or do as well as 22? I mean, that's a general election. It's kind of hard to tell, but it probably would be closer than Cruz, I'm guessing, but we'll see. We'll never know, I guess. He's getting ratioed. Yeah, he's getting the ratio. Nobody likes this shit. Wow, it's as if lying about this and like, just drop out, dude. Like, why isn't he not dropping out? Why?
Doubling down, wasting Republican money.
If Tony loses the primary, would he start voting against Trump's agenda in the House like Massey? I don't think so. Because Trump has not offended him at all. Which, by the way, speaking of Thomas Massey, we got to get into that story. Another shit show on that front. But this guy gives a tight end Tony Gonzalez a bad name. Yeah. The actual Tony Gonzalez, the tight end. Yeah. From the Chiefs and Falcons.
I can't think of a single issue, like, outside the Respect for Marriage Act where Gonzalez has gone against Trump, like, majorly.
I don't know. The thing with Gonzalez is, like, he's doing that.
Gonzalez is a bit on the liberal side of the Republican Party, but, like, he's still in line with Trump.
Yeah, he's probably not going to after this, but we'll see. We'll see. All right. So I guess we got to segue into a different subject that we kind of talked about last night. It's the Medicaid fraud that is being exposed right now. We talked about this last night. For those that don't know, I think it was Doge actually, right? Doge actually unveiled a document that or a spreadsheet or whatever where they prove like how much money is being spent each year since 2018, like specific contracts and all of that. And there's a map going around where like let me pull this up. I showed this last night, but like look at this. This is the insanity with the Medicaid stuff. This does not mean all these dots are fraud or whatever. It just means every single one of these dots are these bullshit centers. A medical center, think of some bullshit name for one of these centers, like a wellness check or whatever. It's stuff like that. You know, it's a lot of that shit.
Quality awareness center.
Yeah. It's basically that, but like people have been gonna dug into it and like why there's so many of these? Why? You're telling me that
I mean, the majority of it is fraud. Let's be real.
yeah, and there is another one where you could just look at like this map is kind of hard to look at because it's everything, but this is a Denver, Colorado. Okay, this is for quote unquote personal care. All right, personal care, and a reminder that Denver, on average, is one of the more younger parts of the country. I think it's like only 12% like age 65 and over. So they're a bit of a younger city. Well, question. Why do they have so many personal care centers? Look at this.
Because the government allows them to get away.
Look at this shit. Look at this fucking one road. There's like 10 next to each other. There's like 10, 20, 30, all in pockets. Look at this. Another one there, another one there. Once in a while, 5. This is a city. There's more, obviously. We get the point. But look at this shit. You're telling me that Denver, Colorado, a city that's far younger on average, has this many personal care centers funded by Medicaid? Really? And they're all like next to each other and clustered? That's very strange, isn't it? Why are they all clustered like this? Why?
Fraud.
Yeah, well, like, what's the explanation? Like, how can you say in one road every single building is Medicaid funded? Quality Medicine Center. Oh gosh. But this shit right here, there's more. Like this people going down this rabbit hole. Doge has uncovered the bare minimum of shit going on. Absolute bare minimum. K Comfort 2, First Medical Center of Jesus Christ left toe. That's real. Let's just keep going. Because you think this is bad. Where is it?
Wait till you see Brooklyn.
Oh God. I don't want to know.
Go to Brooklyn.
I can't find it, sadly.
Go to Brooklyn, New York.
No. But yeah, like, guys, this is what we're dealing with here. This is the fucking shit going on in Denver, Colorado. Like, this is one city, by the way. I'm not saying all these are fraudulent. I would assume some are real. But at some point, why are they all clustered? How do they determine these are dots of fraud? I should be clear about that. All these dots are not fraud. I should be clear about that. Like, just because of the dot on the map, that just means that's a center that's being funded somewhere or the other. So a good chunk of these are legitimate centers. We're not denying that. It just, why are they all clustered like this? Why are they like, there's so many of them in a city like Denver, just clustered. In one street, there's 30 of them, or God knows how many. One tiny neighborhood.
Go to Austin. Austin is one of the youngest fucking cities in the country. I've seen it. Go look at how many are in Austin, dude.
I gotta find it. I gotta find the link to it. Right here. This is the shit that we're dealing with. If it'll load. Please load. Austin surprisingly doesn't have anything. I can't really tell though. Okay, here we go. I'm zooming into Austin. If I can find it. Good lord. There it is. Yeah, not really many centers, actually. I can't really, the map's not really that good. But Yeah,
I mean, Austin, like for Texas, it's still a lot.
yeah, but like I'm not really showing the stream because it's kind of hard to see. But Houston, wait a minute.
Oh yeah, Houston is atrocious.
If I can pull this up, yeah, I can't show it in stream, sadly enough. I'll post it on Twitter later. Sorry about that, chat. I just can't. Check Frio, Texas. Yeah, sure. Where's that again? Where's Frio, Texas?
Shit, I can't remember off the top of my head.
Is it by Dallas?
I think it's I think it's no, that's Frisco.
I actually don't know. Yeah, chat. I'm not really. The map's not working properly.
You know what? You know what? Go to Llano. Lallano. Go to
Hold on.
Llano.
There's other maps. I just gotta find one. It's just not working for some reason. So sorry about that, chat. It's just yeah. No. Sorry about that, chat. We can't really look at it. Just it's I can only use screenshots and it's messing around with that. Okay. Anyways, the point is though, it's like we are just uncovering the tip of the iceberg for the fraud stuff. But I mentioned this in a tweet earlier today. I think the federal government has a lot of wasted fraud in it, but I would argue that pales in comparison to what's happening at the local and state level. Because at least with the federal level, you at least have some checks here and there for where some of the money is going, and a good chunk of it is for stuff like Social Security and Medicare. And yes, there's arguments that those are Ponzi schemes. We all know that. But like, you could argue at the bare minimum, these places, the most of the money is at least going somewhere halfway reasonable or whatever. But I've been looking more at it. I think the most fraud in the country is at the local level. You want a good example? This is the funding for the Minneapolis I think it's the public schools just from Minneapolis. Now, for context, they have I think 29,000 students, okay? Tyrone, take a guess.
Quality learning centers.
Yeah, take a guess how much you're spending in total for 29,000 students.
6.4 billion.
Well, not that high. It is still
half a billion.
$769 million. And they still have a deficit of 50 million. Look at this shit. Projected allocations. So, wait a minute. You're telling me that you raised $700 million and you're still $50 million short? Are you serious? I just brought this up because, like, guys, I think the fraud, it's bad off the federal level. But I think, you notice with most of these, the most stuff they're exposing, you know where most of the money's going to?
Hit me. I actually can't recall off the top of my head.
These are mostly grants that the states control.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And now you need to consider how many other blue states or states with Democratic governors, rather, partake in this.
Because people are assume, like, yes, the federal government does a lot of fraud, but the biggest, not really fraud, it's just they're incompetent. They don't check where the money goes. But a lot of the money that is spent by the federal government, it's actually by the states and local areas. So what's happening is they're just burning through hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions, on nonsense, but they use bullshit grants. So nobody checks it because they're supposed to be ones that check it. And they're just pocketing half the money. That's what's going on here, I think. We need more investigations, not the federal level, because I think Doge has done everything they can, realistically. I want to see more cuts, but it's like, how much more can they expose? They expose the Medicaid fraud, but most of that, again, is ran by the states. That's the issue. We need investigations into the states, into places like Minneapolis.
It's not just states, brother. You need to talk about cities. Cities in red states need to be investigated too. We've already seen it. Houston has a shit ton.
God.
Dallas, God knows how much is in fucking Dallas, Fort Worth, with all the fucking Indian and Pakistani immigrants they have over there.
Yeah.
The Rio Grande Valley, San Antonio, all the illegals over there, like El Paso. Got to check that shit out. Got to check out Phoenix. Check out Miami. You got to check out Miami, Broward County,
All these
Miami-Dade County.
cities.
You got to check out. It's not just blue states. It's also red. It's a blue cities and red states.
Yeah.
Because after a certain point, when you have so many large fucking cities, it just becomes to a degree impossible by the state to completely oversee what's happening there.
Yeah. Like for example, like a good example is like Phoenix. That's like a perfect example. Or like
Madison.
what?
Madison.
Yeah. Dallas or Houston, Austin. Say like
I
these,
said, yeah.
thank you. But no, it's like
Yep.
the point is though, it's like that's where the fraud is at, guys. And people are too focused on federal stuff because at some point you're not gonna find anything. Doge is still doing a lot of good stuff, cutting contracts, but you want to expose the fraud? Nick Shirley is the one exposing it right now. And it's done by the local and state governments, not by the federal government directly. Indirectly, because some of the money does flow to them through that program and stuff, but it's the states that are supposed to watch that shit. Those are grants. And the states are just handing out like nothing. That's where money's going. And these assholes are asking for $50 million more in one school district in Minneapolis, which, by the way, how people should look this up. Look up how bad the test scores have gotten in Minneapolis. It's horrific. Nobody can read, nobody can do math, and they're spending like $25,000 per student, and they're still bankrupt.
The average black student in Mississippi is like 4.5 times more literate and mathematically proficient than a black student in California.
Yeah.
But we have these lingering conceptions that Republican states are the racist and bad, so the black kids there are gonna suffer.
Because guess what?
Believe it or not, we take care of our fucking citizens regardless of their race. We deal with the uppity ones. Okay, I'm not gonna comment further on that. But like,
yeah. Well, the thing is with red states is like some of them have adopted reforms to actually fix some of the literacy stuff. I think it was Louisiana that might have implemented the major one, or Mississippi.
Yes, it was Louisiana, Mississippi.
Yeah, it's like
and Arkansas. Those were the three big. Those are like the three red states.
They implement real reforms, and they actually focus on teaching kids, not the shit of, oh, we need 25,000 per student, and we're still bankrupt. Where's the fucking money going? If you're spending 25,000 on each student, you know what you should be expecting? Top scores in the world. This should be top 1% on average. But nope. You know where the money's going to? These corrupt these unions. These bullshit unions. Something's gonna be done with these teacher unions. Something, at some point, you gotta do something. Let's see.
The unions in America are corrupt as fuck because they are Democratic Party machines. It is that fucking simple. The sooner people wake up and realize the unions are actually bad, and I don't mean the unions are bad in like the fucking stereotypical like fucking pinkney motherfucking union busting laissez-faire Republican sense. I mean, like, unions are objectively morally debased, financially wicked organizations which act as nothing more than money laundering machines and entities that help spur the indoctrination of students in public education.
It's like the teacher unions. They gotta do something about it.
I'm not gonna homeschool my kids because I think homeschooling is only really feasible if you're gonna have one or two kids. I plan on having as many kids as I can. I know the girl that I'm taking on a date.
Okay, anyways.
She wants to have 6 or 8. But like private schools who have their own curriculum or adopt really good curriculums, like Hillsdale's fucking schooling curriculum, really fucking good. That's how you actually educate your fucking child.
Yeah, not the shit of, oh, actually, guys, the you're a bad person because you're white. By the way, nobody fails anymore. You pass no matter what. So a person that gets an A+ on a test, they have the same grade as someone that got an F-. That's the issue, right? Like that, and that's what a lot of cities are doing now. A lot of school districts are just batshit crazy. I can't believe this is not talked about more. But the problem is, you notice like these people that are so like crazy about Doge and saying, "Oh, Doge is dead. Trump broke his promises." Did any of these
Doge
people?
isn't dead.
Yeah,
People like out of sight, out of mind is literally exactly that for most people. I mean, look, we've been it's been an established position for a while in this friend group of ours on stream that the average person should not have the right to vote because of how fucking stupid they are. And this is the perfect fucking example. Trump bailed on us. Trump didn't let Doge is the reason we are now on social media able to see over $1 trillion worth of medical industry fraud and
yeah.
laundering.
At least that's bare minimum shit. By the way, that's what they got access to right now.
1 trillion is the number. 1 trillion is the number we have seen solely out of just Minnesota and New York State alone.
Yeah.
Imagine what happens when California or Pennsylvania or Michigan or Colorado or New Mexico are brought in.
Yeah, like
Or
we're talking
like
about
fucking Seattle and
oh
fucking
god,
Portland. Yeah.
like people gotta understand like this starts at local level. You want to fix the spending issue, you don't start top bottom. You start the local level. You investigate every dime that's being spent because that's how you expose the shit. Because a lot of these cities, they rely on federal grants. That's how you fix the deficit right there. You go after these bullshit cities.
Trump should just pass a fucking executive order halting all federal grants, period.
I think you should. All grants, anything to these states, suspended.
You want to paralyze local and state financial fraud? You stop the grants.
Yeah.
You pause all funding to grants. I guarantee you, remember how they freaked the fuck out when we said we were going to like withdraw all money from USAID?
Yeah.
Their response is going to be 10 times fucking more. Like, they will cry and shit themselves if we pause all funding to federal grants.
But no, we can't do that because Thomas Massey wants 100% cuts and everything, not 10%.
Thomas Massey's pissy that he didn't get to be the guy who comes in and saves the day by axing the federal bureaucratic tyrant of wasteful spending, and that Trump, the populist who wants to keep Social Security and Medicaid, is the one going in and cleaning the government up. Just keep that in mind. Rand Paul, too. The reason Rand Paul didn't want to work with Trump on healthcare, despite him being the healthcare Republican, like, Rand Paul is the guy you want to go to for healthcare reform.
He actually had a good proposal. He had a good proposal.
Has good proposals. And he just doesn't want to fucking work with Trump on it because Trump is the guy who's going in and eliminating government waste.
Yeah. And people got to understand, like, that's what this is about. Rand Paul and Thomas Massey, they're not mad that Trump's not going far enough. They're mad because he's doing what they said they were going to do.
Justin Amash, too, mind you. It was fucking Justin Amash, except Justin Amash actually went further. It became he was the fucking, like, he tried to become the Libertarian nominee in 2020.
Yep. How did that go, by the way?
And it went horribly, and they had fucking Jo Jorgensen, who was literally a Democrat less than 10 years before she got the nomination.
Yeah, but it's like, and the thing is, the problem we got now is, like, on the right, you have, like, an unironic cult surrounding Rand Paul and, like, Thomas Massey. Again,
libertarianism is a cult.
Yeah, again, like, I agree, like, we gotta cut more stuff. But really, at some point, when you're saying, Doge has failed, the swamp is getting worse. Listen, there's a lot, we still got ways to go, but objectively speaking, the federal government has less employees right now than they did back in the 60s.
The federal government is a jobs employment program for the mentally retarded.
Yeah. It is objectively smaller, and these idiots are running around saying, nope, it isn't. And oh, by the way, look at all the departments, all these bullshit commissions that President Trump is abolishing or just giving other people the power over. Like, look at Marco Rubio. Look at all the positions he's taken.
Dude, all these people are pissed off because either A, they're the employees that have been directly affected by this because The federal government's a fucking jobs program for the downwardly mobile or the lazy who just don't want to do fucking shit with their lives, or the minorities who literally can't justify having a normal fucking job
Okay,
because they
anyways.
don't do shit growing up. So they rely on the fucking government to fund their shit.
Josh
Which
for
is how
5.
fucking fraud
The
comes
teacher
from.
unions are probably the ones that fund all these high school walkout protests. They better be careful. There's about to be a bunch of lawsuits filed. I know that. The DOJ might get intervened, by the way.
Aaron Bushnell School walkout, rest in peace.
Oh God. But no, seriously, like the thing with like the school walkout stuff, it's like they do realize that's against the law to do that, right? That's against the law to allow walkouts. You need permission from parents. They realize this, right? Do they realize this? I don't think they do. All right, American Nerd for 2. Who wastes more money, Hollywood or government? Yes.
Government.
Yeah. Hollywood wastes a bunch, but at least sometimes they make money. So. Spikes for 2. Thoughts on the Hammer of Zion's comments? Oh, I think I missed a couple super chats earlier, actually. Hold on. Yeah, sorry, we missed a couple super chats. I'm sorry. Spikes for 2. Have you talked about the Hammer of Zion yet? No, we didn't. American Nerd for 2. Had to step out for a second. What did I miss? Nothing much. K-Cup for 2. If Democrats take power, proceed to let Democrats take power. Yep. Cold Links for 2. Dems are breaking the social contract of Virginia. Yes, they are. American Nerd for 2. Principles are meaningless without victory. 100% agree. Sorry, I missed a couple super chats. I'm sorry about that earlier. But yeah, the Hammer of Zion, aka Randy Fine. I can't believe what
dog comment.
Listen, my opinion is simple. Randy Fine sucks at foreign policy, but for whatever reason, he's phenomenal in everything else that matters. Simple as that.
He is the greatest soldier. He is the greatest Israeli soldier the world has ever seen.
I mean, I can't believe we have people like going against him on what he said. And I'm not even 100% pro what he said exactly, but it's like, I thought people were against what's happening in Texas, right?
Yeah.
I thought these people were.
Apparently not. People don't. They're not. They're performative. They're just a bunch of little bitch ass pussies.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, man. I can't wait to get home and take a fucking.
He just
ending
needs
the stream soon.
A little bit. He just needs to still the fuck you. Israel. Yeah, that's the thing with Randy Fine. His foreign policy dog shit. He is objectively one of the shittiest Republicans on that. But honestly, he is literally trying to ban immigration completely. He is not just that.
Bro,
he's trying to denaturalize people.
Yeah, which is good, by the way. We need to denaturalize a lot of people. The only way that we're gonna be. Say it with me. Stephen Miller said it. An America of 100 million.
Gosh. But no, seriously, like Randy Fine of all people.
I would like to remind people, America would have a population of 400 million, 98% white or so, over 90% white at least, if we didn't have the Hart-Celler Immigration Act. We permanently fucked our demographics and our economy on the lie of immigration.
Yeah. He says remigration and denaturalization. Yeah, and again, I hate Randy Fine on foreign policy. I don't give a shit. If he can force through denaturalization, by the way, same with Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham of all people is trying to end sanctuary cities. Lindsey Graham is trying to defund it.
Lindsey Graham is my favorite homosexual in the Senate. Gosh. He does this shit for the love of the fucking game, and I'm all for it.
The thing with Lindsey Graham is like he's awful. Again, everybody knows this, but like I would rather have Lindsey Graham type at this point. Like honestly, because Lindsey Graham, he knows he has to do this shit for the base. He understands what the base wants, and he says, "Oh, hey, let's pass a bill trying to ban sanctuary cities or states from getting any money." And not only that, he is also trying to arrest these people. Question: Has Rand Paul or Thomas Massie proposed this?
You should not trust Lindsey Graham, but you should absolutely welcome and normalize what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And make it a mainstream Republican position. You should always inherently distrust Republicans like him, but the moment they start singing our song, fucking go for it and force everyone else to start singing
Yeah,
it, because then it becomes normalized and then we start winning on that front.
but these idiots don't understand. Like, Thomas Massey has not once proposed that. Not once. Rand Paul, same thing. Meanwhile, he is Lindsey Graham is making a big push for it right now. It's probably not going to pass, but the fact we're talking about not just defunding these cities, but arresting politicians for allowing this to happen, fuck yes. I can't believe Lindsey Graham of all people is the one that's pushing that.
Again, Graham is my favorite homo.
Gosh.
Randy Fine, hate Randy Fine for his foreign policy. Keep him in, because at the end of the day, he's one of the few Republicans that's actually fucking doing anything.
Yeah, he is the one trying to move the Overton window on immigration as we speak. He was one of the first people out there like Chip Roy and a few others to be saying, hey, we need to not only deport everybody, we got to have remigration. He was the first fucking one to say that.
And then Trump started saying it less than a month later.
Yeah, that's Randy Fine in a nutshell. He understands, like, he sucks in that shit. I don't care. People say, well, the reasoning he's doing it, I know. He's doing it because Israel. We all know this. At this point,
if we're doing it for Israel, if it takes cozying up to the fucking Jews to get rid of fucking 8 to 9 digits worth of illegals in this country, I'm all fucking for it.
And
it's not like we're their bitch anymore. Then Yahoo's finally said, okay, cool, we're going to decouple. The Trump admin is the most, like, I'm not gonna say anti-Israel, but it's like the Trump admin understands they need to put Israel in fucking line. They've been doing that. It's a great fucking thing. Randy Fine, for all his fucking shit, he's still following Trump's lead. Sure, he's a rabid Zionist and he's the fucking IDF's take division in Congress. I don't give a fuck though, dude. I'm all for it.
Yeah, again, it's
Randy
like
Fine is fine by me.
Yeah, and now again, like the Israel stuff, that's a whole different story. They do want to decouple a little bit. We'll see how that goes. But just like, guys, I don't get the reasoning. It's like, we got to get rid of Randy Fine because Israel. And listen, if you can replace somebody as good as him on immigration and better foreign policy, I'll support him. But is there anybody like that right now?
No, there isn't. And honestly, I don't think it fucking matters too much, honestly. Randy Fine's kind of a performative rabid Zionist. He's still in line with the Trump admin. The Trump admin, look, people who are complaining about him because of his stance on Israel, I don't fucking care. You know why? Because he's not setting foreign policy. The Trump admin has managed to very finessely, like with great finesse, control the fucking Israelis.
Yeah, can you
He's been
explain
able
this?
to put them in line.
Can you actually explain this?
If this were Trump's first admin, if this were Biden, actually no, the Biden was actually fairly reasonable on the Israelis. If this were Obama,
I was actually
if this
halfway
were
decent
Bush,
on it.
if this was Trump's first term, if this was Bush, if this was Clinton, even if it was like fucking, actually not Reagan or HW, but like literally any president between Trump's second / Biden and HW, they would have allowed Israel to just go fucking ham on the Iranians. Trump was the only fucking person willing to put his fucking foot down. And Trump's actually learned from the mistakes of his first admin. You know why? Because fucking Tucker Carlson talked to him and was like, no, you can't do that anymore. And Trump was like, okay, we're never doing this again. Even in the 4 years, he learned his fucking lesson. Trump has fucking learned this shit.
People understand,
he understands it. But people still bitch and moan and cry about Zion Dawn, even though for the first time in the history of both our fucking countries, there's a mutual sentiment that Israel needs to be able to fully stand on its own, and we're not going to supply them with fucking weapons or anything. We're just going to send them a bit of money. But, we send a bit of money to everybody. We send a bit of money to everybody. We shouldn't be sending money to people, but it's not the worst fucking thing in the world.
Yeah, people understand, like, the thing with, like, Trump's doing it, again, people, like, it's taken a long time, and I know it looks bad because Netanyahu, I think, is more criminal. That's my take, but, like, him going to the White House constantly is not a good look. But people understand, like, Trump right now, and this is the hope I have. Now, people say you're coping or whatever, but, like, I think Trump, he just wants to permanently fix the Middle East. And the only way you fix that...
because he's a businessman.
Yeah.
Trump's a businessman. The fucking national security strategy openly said China is not a fucking geopolitical rival. They are an economic rival. And the goal for us to be able to stand against China economically is cutting off their energy supplies or having control over it, which means negotiating with Iran, which means a stable and peaceful Middle East, which means the Israelis need to have their fucking nips butted,
Yeah,
to have their fucking butts
he hasn't
nipped.
talked. I know. I hate the look of it too. I'm not again. Everybody knows, and I find it weird. Anytime you just try to bring like a reason for why the Trump admin's doing this, you're immediately called like a Zionist or like you're paid off by Tel Aviv or whatever. Listen, I'm one of the most anti-Israel people in the chat. All right, I like everybody knows this.
Rap knows me. I am a fucking rabid anti-Zionist.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I'm like borderline pro-Palestine.
yeah, but like people understand like I disagree with the like some of the assessments, but like this reasoning it makes sense. I still want to see what happens in when does that contract actually run up? That deal with Israel when does it actually run up? I wonder.
I don't know. I can't remember. Off the
Is it
top of my head.
28?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, but for those that don't know, the reason we have foreign aid to Israel, there was a set contract or set deal like 10 years ago or whatever. And I'm against it. I think we should get rid of it, but apparently they're going to try to decouple after the fact. So
We'll see. Is there really anything else to talk about, or should we just end it?
I think it's time to end this. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today.